For today's cup of coffee, I've got a little bit of a different format. As you can tell by our different surroundings, I don't have the usual candle flame going on. I actually had purchased a digital voice recorder a little while ago and had the opportunity to try that out and use it yesterday. And so instead of me typing up what was said, I do have permission to use the audio clip of this and possibly other stories that this individual submitted to me. But the interview style worked so well that, like I said, I wanted to let him speak in his own words and, like I said, the interview style. And remember, we are people from Southwest Virginia. And so you're getting some mountain speak. But within that, if you'll notice, I am from a much more mountainous region than the gentleman who I interviewed. He's more from, he is from Bristol, Virginia / Tennessee, because it's one of those twin city type things. And you'll notice even the difference in the dialect for those who are interested in that. If you need subtitles, let me know and I'll try to get a translator for you. But I was very pleased with how the interview style went. Had I known it was going to be that successful, I would have articulated better. I would have done the voice, the radio voice. And at some point, I would like to have headphones to where I can hear myself. That helps me tone down the accent greatly because I cringe. I will hear me say certain things and I'm like, ew. But it is what it is. Because it was a new piece of equipment, my voice is overmodulated at times. And so hopefully I would like to try this, depending on how you all like the format and stuff. Would like to try this again in the future. And yeah, so that would be something different. And I think that you'll find this very interesting. Other than this little intro, the rest is just going to be yeah, I might do an outro. It's also a challenge for me trying to edit and piece together the voice over the Mr. Snuffles or whatever they call him, the plague doctor. So that part of the video may loop. Not that you'd be able to notice if I do my editing correctly, but it's pictures for you to listen to the audio. Because I have the perfect face for radio, I assure you. And then I probably will do an outro on it. We'll see how it goes. What about the guardians that you used to see as you were coming and going up through here?
Okay, used to. When I first started going out through there, the first guardians, if you wish to call them that, we're going up the holler road by the creek. When you turn off North Olson there and go up that road that goes up to your Nana's house. It goes up to your mother's house.
Right.
What is that? What is the name now?
That's Upper Poor Valley.
Upper Poor Valley Road. And that's where I remember seeing the first one. It may have been before. There's sometimes you see things you decide you didn't really see anything, but I may have seen something before. But I used to see those things. They were just, at first I thought they were big dogs sitting down, except they were wrong color. They weren't a big black dog. They were kind of light colored, and then before I'd get up there, they would disappear and get gone somewhere. And that happened a whole lot. Then I started seeing them on down the road. And I saw them for a long time, and I'd see them further down the road. And the last one I saw was I don't know what he's doing down there, but he was at the exit ramp of 19 up in Abington.
Huh.
It's there when you get off the exit. And I would see him, and I can't remember if there's anything else I saw up there but those things. But I used to see them, and I'd see them sometimes going into Saltville, down by that Porterfield. Is it Porterfield up there?
Yes, Porterfield stretch.
I'd be going down towards Saltville, and I'd see them down Porterfield, and then I started seeing them coming back. And then when I used to see some strange things, and I can't remember what all they are things, but I took Mom up there just to show her where I was going to be living, and I drove around. And of course, by that time she was starting to lose her sight. But we're coming out through there, and we just went by. She hadn't said anything about seeing anything or anything, but it was getting up close to dark. And we were headed out. We went out by Douglas, headed out through Porterfield, and she said, "Do you ever see anything up here and think you see things along the road or anything?" And I said, "Well, I used to. I used to think I saw little things about the size of a dog, a big dog, and then different things. And we used to call them watchers." And I said, "But I don't know." I said, "Let's see. I don't see them anymore." That's what I said to her. I said, "But I haven't seen any in a while. I guess I got used to them." And she said, "They got used to you.
Yeah.
They hadn't been used to seeing you up here. They got used to you."
Yeah. Now, what did they? Can you describe them, or did you ever make out any features other than them just being sort of a?
Other than at a distance, they looked like a dog sitting there. I'm assuming they were some kind of about 4 foot, 3 or 4 foot something. I don't know.
So, but as far as arms and legs, or
No, I never really made out arms and legs unless you want maybe by seeing the big dog. The arms looked like I would have mistaken that for the dog's legs or something, if they were standing,
Right.
But they weren't big dogs. I never remember any kind of hind legs on a dog, or if it was short legs on a being or whatever. I don't understand that,
Well, do you think that were they wearing any kind of clothing or anything, robes or something?
No, not that I noticed. I couldn't tell. They just looked like, and they would pretty well before I get to them, they would just kind of go away.
And so they were a tannish color?
No, they were more of a light gray, almost white.
Wow, okay.
Does that have meaning?
No, it just, I was thinking that you also saw a gray that time.
Well, no, they weren't the color of the grays. They weren't grays. I don't know what they were. They weren't grays, no. I don't know what they were. But it's like they were just standing at the road waiting for me to go by. I don't know what they were looking for,
Well, so they were almost like a smoke color.
Well, no, they weren't really smoke color even. They were just some kind of light color with a head a little. They weren't white. They weren't white. They were kind of well, it may have been a smoky color, but they weren't white. Let's put it that way. But they weren't something that looked. They weren't an evil-looking gray either.
Right.
I don't know what an evil-looking gray, but
But they were solid.
Well, they were. I would think they were solid when I got there, but I couldn't really tell.
Right.
Because when I got up to where they weren't there till look over that. You couldn't look like. I never looked out my window and saw one beside me. But that one down, when I got off down there to exit 19, that was closest I came to getting right up on one. And he just dodged off, and that was the last one I saw.
Wow. Now, did he dodge off? All right, was it the off ramp?
He just kind of went away.
Was it at the off ramp?
It was. He was at the off ramp, but it was not on the ramp. It was just, when you cut off. And
Right.
Top of the ramp.
Yes.
But like I got off to go off there. I was off the interstate, but he was standing right there beside a rail. He was right there at the rail, on my right-hand side.
And did he dodge like towards the traffic or?
No, he never got out into traffic
Okay.
at all. He was at the rail, and when I don't know if he went over the rail or where he went. I almost got beside him. That was closest I ever got. I almost got beside him because I thought that was maybe a person or something, but it was one of those.
Wow.
They're longer.
And I'm sure that did they just freak you out, or were you like, Did you have any
Well,
particular emotion when you saw
thoughtful
it?
anyway, because Saltville was a strange place to me. I want you to know that. Now, speaking of Saltville and everything, that was more the color of those. You know, salt that's not washed real good.
Yes.
That's about the color of these things. Where
Huh.
if you want it, I was saying they're light, almost white. That was about the color, just not real clean salt, but it weren't grainy looking like salt.
Right.
I'm not going to give that impression, because they were more of a, you know, that was your general color. They looked like, they really had sort of a, when you first saw them, they would almost look solid, and then they would get that wispy look to them, you know, not
Right.
like things were floating off of them, but they would not look quite as solid as close as you got, and then they kind of went.
So, other than me overmodulating horribly and going inside and outside and smoking, yes, yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. And the next time, what I will do, since he was kind enough to donate like an hour and a half of his time, the next couple of stories, since I have permission, will be similar as far as me editing little bits of the stories that he told. And the next time I will try to be much more professional. And I didn't think about it. I really didn't think that it would work that well. If you all would be interested in doing a similar thing to where I could voice, record you and present your story, let you tell your story yourself, let me know. Maybe we could set up a Zoom something, or something like that, to where it's cost effective. Cost effective being free. Uh, and I will try to learn how to keep a proper distance from the recorder so that I'm not overmodulating. I will make sure that I am nicotined up enough to where I'm not having to come and go outside and cats and all that good stuff. So, but it wasn't horrible. Anyhow, if you have paranormal, supernatural, alien encounters, yeah, that's to come. Like I said, this gentleman is very interesting. He's had a lot of experiences, and so is his family. So send me an email at cupofcoffeewithscream, and we'll look at what options that we have to get your story out there. Poking holes in darkness, one encounter at a time. And also, if you just need someone to listen to you, same email address. And you don't have to worry about someone not believing you. And actually, as he was talking to me, he had the same thing as far as being afraid of being made fun of when he was younger, some of the encounters he had, especially as a child. And yeah, no, not on this ship. So you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Why is it it's that last little bit that I will screw up each and every time almost? Anyhow, I don't know. Maybe God's trying to keep me humble. You all have a blessed day. Bye.